All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do teach well and that do rule well, and have taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. May Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai be with you in the spirit. Kwam Yasha and Abad Babal, and also shalom to you Akim that are in the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and not for vainglory, and risking your lives to do so. All right, so I was on this channel. I was just browsing through it. It's called Virtual Trips 4K, and I found this video on the channel called Los Angeles After Dark Exploration Guide 2024, and pretty much he's going into, well, he's driving around the red light district areas in Los Angeles, and you see a lot of our women out there playing the whore. They're really the harlots walking around in the streets. The majority of our women. Yes, you see some other nations doing it, but mainly our women. And that's prophesied. Well, it was prophesied that this was going to happen to our women. Right? And it only makes sense, man. We're in America, and America, pursuant to Revelation, the 17th chapter, it says that it's the mother of harlots, and it's the whore that sitteth upon many waters. So spiritually, America is about whoredoms, man. It's about spiritual whoredoms, and that same spirit is going to trickle on down to the people that live in America as well. So this spirit of whoredom and being a harlot, it's heavy out here. And there's so much whores that you see out here, man, walking around. It's not like one or two. There's so many. A dime a dozen. All over the place, man. All over the place. Serious. And I'll just say this, prostitution is one of the oldest professions. But, going back to the law, I believe that's in Leviticus, the 19th chapter, our daughters are not supposed to be whores. They're not supposed to be prostitutes. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. Our women are not supposed to be doing this at all, whether it's for a living or whether they're being wicked. Let me open with that. Let's get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. And it says here, "Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness." Yep. So once you start seeing prostitutes all over, or whores or harlots, you know that this place is very, very, very wicked. Very wicked. And Los Angeles is a very wicked place, man. You got LAPD over there too. The infamous police force, man. They're not known for being a good police force. They're actually known for being very, very corrupt. LAPD. But yeah, that place is a broken city. And when watching this, man, I just thought of GTA, Grand Theft Auto. And it looks exactly like something that you would see in Grand Theft Auto, the video game, man. Yeah, man, we're not supposed to prostitute our daughters, man. Our women are not supposed to be whores. But going back to the prophecy that was stated in Amos, the 7th chapter, which I'll get, that's playing out. And that's because we as men, we spiritually played the whore against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And now this is our punishment. What we're experiencing with our women. Now they're playing the whore on us. And really that's a just punishment, in my opinion. The Lord is teaching us a lesson. He's letting you know, this is how I felt when you went off and you played the whore. How does it feel? It doesn't feel too nice, does it? And you don't know, man. A lot of these women, they could just be married too. And their man is out there working, and he doesn't even know that they're out there soliciting themselves like this. You have a lot of that going on out here. Whether these women were forcibly coerced into doing this, or whether they're doing this out of their own wickedness, it doesn't matter. They're not supposed to be doing this. But this is a part of our great affliction when our women go up against us and they play the whore, right? So, anyways, man, let me just get the precept. This is Amos chapter 7, verse 17. And it says here, therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city. That's right, in the city, a slut, a whore. That's right. And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Wow. And that all happened to the nation of Israel, and we're still going through this. Right? But I really want to focus on thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. Right? Yeah, man, your wife is going to be a harlot. Either she'll be forcibly coerced into selling her ass, or she'll be abused by other men, because what causes women to live this lifestyle. Other men abuse her, and then they go into that lifestyle, or they just don't have enough money and they have to do it. But anyways, or she herself will wickedly play the harlot, which we see that all the time. And even though this is a great sin on her behalf, and she's going to be punished for it, it's also an affliction, a very great affliction and reproach onto us as men, because the woman is our glory. We glory in the woman because she looks good, and she's our helpmate, she's our comfort. And she's no longer a comfort, she's no longer a help, she no longer looks good. She's actually dishonoring you. So it's really our own great affliction and reproach when we go through things like this. But like I said earlier, this is a just punishment onto us for promoting spiritual whoredom in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by going off and serving the gods of the other nation, right? And breaking the law, statutes, and commandments willfully. So, so I just thought I would bring that precept out. Now, let me get another one. This is Proverbs chapter 5 and 3. So this is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3, and it says, for the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Wow, interesting, man. And, false charms, man, that's what these women do. They false charm you. Very charming, man. But the adulteress and the harlot, they like to flatter. They're flatterers. The adulteress flatters and speaks fair. Her words are honey and oil, very smooth. But she will deceive you with those words, man. And you will be deceived by her if you hearken on to her. And this harlot, these adulterous women, man, they love to change their disguise, and they put on a great variety of false colors to trick you, right? Hey, man, this is all for you just to spend a lot of money on them, to pay up, right? That's what they're doing out here. All that makeup, all dressing all scantily like that. That's to entice you. And then she comes up to the car. Hey, I want a good time. She starts speaking that way. And whether she's a whore out in the open or whether she's a whore incognito, she's going to act the exact same way. Changing up her disguise and put on a great variety of false colors and changing her style up, looking different for you. Right, because you have a lot of women that are they have a ring on their finger and they're still playing the harlot. Right, they're doing it in disguise and pretending that they're not a harlot, but they're really doing it behind their husband's back, doing it for money and things of that nature. Just being wicked. So, anyways, I'm just gonna get another precept. So this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, going into what King Solomon experienced when he dealt with women, because he had a lot of wives and he had a lot of concubines. So he had his fair share of the woman, right? And he understood how they thought. He understood their psyche and how wicked they really are. So, yeah, let me just get it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Wow. So, yeah, man, the heart of the adulterous woman is snares and nets. And that's what he's telling you. Especially the adulterous woman. Well, really all women, but especially the adulterous woman. The harlot, the whore. She really plays her game to ruin souls with his march, art, and subtlety. Just like a hunter stalking the game, or like a fowler that's hunting a silly bird. Right? You know what a fowler is? A fowler is an individual that hunts birds for food or for sport. But really, that's how these women see you. They see you as sport. They really see you as food, and it's really just a game to them, right? A little game. But if you're not a sinner, you won't be caught up into her snare and the nets that she's laying forth. You won't be enticed and you won't be baited. Right? You won't be baited if the Lord is with you and if you're pleasing the Lord. But that's how these women are, man. They're very, very cunning. Very intelligent, too, when it comes to doing wickedness. But he says, and I find more bitter than death the woman, and rightfully so, because it was the woman that was in transgression from the very beginning. Adam didn't fall first. It was really his woman, Eve, that fell first. She was the one that got beguiled by the serpent. So, hey, man, through the woman we die. That's in the scriptures. I can't remember where it is right now, but that's in the scriptures. Now, let me go into Matthew chapter 9 and 10, because you're going to have some of these women, man, they're going to come out of this lifestyle and they're going to be saved because they're sick. But that's for those who are sincere. And like I said earlier, some of our women were coerced into this lifestyle because for whatever reason, that's just their lot, and that's just what they have to go through in this life. But a lot of women that are living this way, they're going to come out of this, and they're going to be saved too. And remember, they're sick as well, so they're going to come back to the Lord to be healed. So let me get Matthew chapter 9 and 10, and it says here, and it came to pass, as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? So I asked him, why are you eating with all these wicked people, man? So these publicans and sinners, they are obviously going off. They're wicked, but they came to Yahushua to get healed and to hear what he had to say through the Spirit, right? So you're going to have a lot of sinners. You're going to have a lot of harlots that were living that lifestyle. They're going to come into the truth, and they're going to put off that lifestyle that they were pursuing in the world. So anyways, it says here, verse 12, but when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. And that's a good answer. And that will shut anybody down. So that's not really nice for you to judge people like this if they're trying to change their ways. Right? Now, you can judge them if they're still being wicked and they don't want to change. But when they're trying to change themselves and they're trying to come back to the Lord, you shouldn't deny them that opportunity. Right? So yes, if you're in this truth, you were called in it to be healed, and you were called to repentance, right? To repent. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people who are living like this, they're gonna come out of this, especially women, right? You know what? Let me get some more precepts on that. Let's get Hebrews 11, because didn't Rahab the harlot show faith? And that's why she didn't perish, even though she's not of our nation. But she was sincere. She was sincere in her belief about how the Israelites were a chosen people. She actually knew that the the power of the Israelites was not to be messed with. Anyways, let's get Hebrews chapter 11, verse 31. And it says this: By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. Yeah, there you go. So that's why she had faith, and she was a harlot, and she didn't perish. So I'm just using this as an example. You're going to have harlots that do believe. Now, Rahab is not, she's obviously not a part of our nation, but you're going to have women just like that too. They believe, but they were living that lifestyle of a harlot, right? So, yeah, anyways, with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Actually, you know what? Let me get another one, man. This is just going back into Amos 17. No, 7 and 17, Salakia. I forgot to bring this out. I actually wanted to bring this out earlier. This is Sirach chapter 26 and 11. So it says here, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Okay, so you got to watch over your daughter or your wife, because she'll abuse herself through liberty when you just let her run loose and going up and about the city. She's going to find trouble, or really trouble will find her, especially if you're not watching. But notice it says, marvel not if she trespass against thee, you know. So don't be surprised if they go behind your back and stab you in the back, or if they cheat on you, or if they become a whore. Don't let that surprise you. Now the thing is, though, even though it says do not marvel, you know, don't be in disbelief. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. That doesn't mean you allow that bad behavior to continue on. You still have to put her in her place and check her. And that's what the laws are. That's why you have the laws. That's why they're there. You know, without rules and regulations and such, everything just turns into anarchy. You can't have that. You still cannot reward bad behavior. You have to check her. Anyway, verse 12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain. Oh, you know what that's going into? She's going to open up her mouth and swallow different semens, man. Right? She's going to swallow semen from every other man that she encounters. And that's what it's going into. Thirsty traveler. Blowing rods. All right? And drink of every water near her. That's right, swallowing semen. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. That's right, her quiver is her vagina, and the arrow is a man's penis. So she's going to give up the pussy. She's going to give up her mouth. She's going to do all that stuff. All right, so don't marvel if she does that. But you have to put her in her place. And if she's doing that while she's with you, you have to leave her. You have to leave her. All right, so with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Chadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwame Ashala and Abad Babal. Shalom.